History is rarely defined by gradual changes. It is defined by sudden, violent shocks. In the world of telecommunications, it was the launch of the iPhone in 2007 that killed Nokia overnight. In photography, it was the digital sensor that bankrupted Kodak. In the automotive world, we have just witnessed a similar black swan event. For the last 5 years, the Tesla Model Y has enjoyed a monopoly on the electric SUV market. It was the default choice, the safe bet, the global standard. But monopolies do not die of old age. They are murdered by better products. The sales figures that have just emerged from China for January 2026 are not just a statistic. They are an obituary for the first era of the electric car. The Xiaomi YU7, a vehicle produced by a consumer electronics giant that had zero automotive experience just 3 years ago, has delivered a humiliation to the American establishment. In a single month, Xiaomi delivered 37,869 units of the YU7. In that same period, the Tesla Model Y, a car that Elon Musk predicted would be the best-selling product on Earth forever, moved just 16,000 units. This is a sales ratio of more than 2 to 1. Tesla has plummeted to 20th place in the regional rankings. This is the moment the market decided that good enough is no longer acceptable. Today, on drive&rpm, we are going deep into the engineering, the software, and the strategy that allowed a smartphone company to beat the world's most valuable car manufacturer at its own game. To understand the scale of this victory, we must first analyze the physical object itself. The Tesla Model Y suffers from what designers call the jelly bean problem. To maximize range, Tesla shaped the car like a bar of soap. It is efficient, but it is deeply uninspiring. It looks like an appliance. Xiaomi looked at this and realized that by 2026, efficiency would be a commodity. To win, they needed to sell desire. The YU7 rejects the traditional SUV silhouette entirely. It is a massive vehicle, measuring nearly 5 meters in length with a 3-meter wheelbase, placing it in the same physical footprint as a Porsche Cayenne or a BMW X5. However, the roofline is dramatically lower. They have created a shooting brake profile, a high-riding coupe that mimics the Ferrari Puro Sangue rather than a family bus. By pushing the wheels to the absolute corners of the chassis, they have created a stance that is aggressive and muscular. Crucially, they achieved this without sacrificing the laws of physics. Through the use of active air shutters, flush door handles, and a completely flat underbody tray, the YU7 achieves a drag coefficient of just 0.198 CD. This is a number usually reserved for hypercars, not SUVs. This aerodynamic efficiency is the secret weapon that allows a vehicle of this size to slice through the air with minimal energy consumption, effectively solving the conflict between beauty and range. One of the most persistent criticisms of the Tesla Model Y has been its suspension. To keep costs down and handle the weight of the batteries, Tesla uses a stiff or passive coil spring setup that crashes over potholes and jitters on the highway. It is a compromise. Xiaomi, however, decided that compromise was not an option. The YU7 comes equipped with a dual-chamber air suspension system coupled with continuous damping control, CDC. This is not just a comfortable ride. It is an active system. Sensors scan the road surface 500 times per second, adjusting the firmness of the shock absorbers in milliseconds. If you hit a pothole, the wheel softens instantly to absorb the impact. If you throw the car into a sharp corner, the outer suspension stiffens instantly to eliminate body roll. This technology was previously the exclusive reserve of six-figure luxury cars like the Mercedes S-Class or the Range Rover. Xiaomi has industrialized it and brought it down to a price point that undercuts the base Model Y. When a consumer test drives these two cars back to back, the difference is stark. One feels like a go-kart, the other feels like a levitating spaceship. By democratizing air suspension, Xiaomi has made the Tesla feel distinctively agricultural. Let's talk about the heart of the machine. The narrative in the West is that Chinese batteries are cheap, but the reality in 2026 is that they are technologically superior. Xiaomi is deploying a dual-platform strategy that covers every possible use case. For the volume models, they utilize BYD's Blade battery. This lithium iron phosphate, LFP, chemistry is virtually indestructible. You can puncture it, crush it, or overheat it, and it will not catch fire. It also allows the owner to charge to 100% every single day without degradation, effectively giving you more usable daily range than a larger NCM battery that you are afraid to charge past 80%. For the performance and long-range models, Xiaomi switches to the KATL Kylin battery. This uses ternary lithium chemistry and sophisticated thermal management to achieve an energy density that Tesla's 4680 cells are still struggling to match. The top-spec model carries a 101 kilowatt-hour pack, delivering a CLTC range of 835 kilometers. Even adjusting for real-world highway driving, this is a 650-kilometer vehicle. But range is nothing without charging speed. The YU7 is built on a native 800-volt silicon carbide architecture. While the Model Y is still stuck on 400 volts, the Xiaomi can accept charging rates of 5C. This means you can add 400 kilometers of range in roughly the time it takes to scroll through your Instagram feed. The charging anxiety argument is dead. The most devastating blow to Tesla, however, is not mechanical. It is digital. For a decade, Tesla's software was its moat. It was smoother and smarter than anything from Ford or Volkswagen. But Tesla is not a software company. They are a car company that writes code. Xiaomi is a consumer electronics giant that builds cars. The difference is profound. The YU7 runs on HyperOS, a unified operating system that erases the distinction between your smartphone and your vehicle. Powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8295 chip, which has more processing power than most gaming laptops, the car becomes a node in your digital life. If you are on a video call on your Xiaomi tablet at home, you can snap it to the car's massive 16-inch screen as you get in. The integration goes deeper. From the driver's seat, you can control your entire smart home ecosystem. You can view your security cameras, preheat your oven, or instruct your robotic vacuum cleaner, all natively within the car's interface. There are no third-party apps required. It is baked into the kernel of the OS. Furthermore, the system supports a level of hardware expansion that Tesla forbids. You can magnetically attach physical buttons, gaming controllers, or even scent diffusers to the dashboard, and the software recognizes them instantly. Tesla's walled garden of approach, which denies you Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, now feels restrictive and arrogant compared to Xiaomi's open ecosystem. How is it financially possible to offer air suspension, 800-volt charging, and flagship chips for less money than a Model Y? The answer lies in the factory floor. Xiaomi did not just copy Tesla's gigacasting technique. They perfected it. They developed their own proprietary aluminium alloy, dubbed Xiaomi Titan Metal, which is specifically formulated to be high-strength yet resistant to the heat of die casting without cracking. Using massive 9,100-ton die casting machines, they stamp out the entire rear floor of the car in a single piece. This replaces 72 individual stamped parts and over 800 weld points. It reduces the weight of the chassis by 17% and slashes production time by 45%. Their factory in Beijing is a terrifying glimpse into the future of manufacturing. It is almost entirely automated, with robots assembling robots. A new YU7 rolls off the production line every 76 seconds. This manufacturing efficiency is the only reason they can pack so much technology into the car and still maintain a profit margin. They are not winning a price war by burning cash. They are winning it by engineering complexity out of the process. Another area where Xiaomi has diverged from Tesla is autonomous driving hardware. Elon Musk famously removed all radar and LiDAR sensors from Tesla vehicles, betting everything on desenhada, Tesla Vision, cameras only. It was a bold cost-cutting move, but in 2026 it is looking like a mistake. The Xiaomi YU7 Max comes equipped with a roof-mounted LiDAR unit, high-definition radar, and ultrasonic sensors, all working in tandem with cameras. This is powered by dual NVIDIA Orin X chips delivering 508 TOPS tera operations per second of computing power. Why does this matter? Because cameras can be blinded by fog, heavy rain, or direct sunlight. LiDAR cannot. It sees the world in 3D laser points, regardless of lighting conditions. While Tesla's full self-driving is impressive in California sunshine, the Xiaomi system is designed for the chaos of Asian megacities and European winters. It offers a level of redundancy and safety that a camera-only system simply cannot match mathematically. In the race for true Level 3 autonomy, having more data is always better than having less. So, the car is a masterpiece. But can you buy it? The humiliation of Tesla in China is just the warm-up act. Xiaomi's roadmap for late 2026 and 2027 is aggressively global. For our viewers in the United Kingdom and Australia, the news is incredibly promising. Unlike many Chinese startups that ignore right-hand drive markets, Xiaomi has prioritized them. The UK and Australia are critical battlegrounds because they have high EV adoption rates and, unlike the US, are open to global competition. We have confirmation that homologation for RHD models is already underway. We expect to see the YU7 landing in British and Australian showrooms by late 2026 or early 2027. It will be positioned to undercut the Porsche Macan EV while offering more space and technology. The demand in these regions is already skyrocketing, with grey importers in Australia reportedly taking deposits for unofficial imports. For our viewers in North America, the situation is a complex geopolitical chess game. The United States currently imposes distinct tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles, effectively banning the YU7 from the US market in the short term. However, do not think for a second that Xiaomi is ignoring the world's second-largest car market. There are strong indications that they are playing the long game, exploring manufacturing partnerships in Mexico. Under the USMCA trade agreement, a vehicle built in Mexico with a certain percentage of local parts can enter the US duty-free. This is the back door that has Washington worried. Canada, however, might be the testing ground. Canada has often diverged from US trade policy to maintain its own economic interests and meet its aggressive climate goals. If Xiaomi launches in Canada, which is being discussed as a potential pilot market for 2027, it would create a unique pressure cooker. Imagine American consumers in Detroit looking across the border to Windsor and seeing Canadians driving a car that is better than a Tesla for half the price. The political pressure to open the market would be immense. The YU7 is fast becoming forbidden fruit for the American buyer. What we are witnessing with the sales figures of January 2026 is a historical pivot point. It is the moment the axis of automotive power shifted from west to east. The Tesla Model Y is an incredible machine that changed the world. It was the Ford Model T of our time. But the Model T was eventually replaced by better, faster, and more comfortable cars. The Xiaomi YU7 is the machine of the next decade. It is not just an EV. It is a mobile living space, a supercomputer, and a piece of industrial art. It proves that the barrier to entry in the automotive world has collapsed. You no longer need 100 years of heritage to build the best car in the world. You need the best chips, the best batteries, and the best software. Elon Musk is now facing his BlackBerry moment. Just as the iPhone killed the physical keyboard, the fully integrated 800-volt smart car is killing the legacy EV. The question is no longer if Xiaomi will dominate the global market, but how fast they can build the ships to transport them. I want to hear from you in the comments below. If the Xiaomi YU7 comes to your country, whether you are in London, Sydney, Toronto, or New York, would you choose it over a Tesla Model Y? Or are you sticking with Elon? Let me know in the comments. I'm Elson, this is Drive and RPM, and I'll see you in the next one.